Explosive allegations in Douglas County tonight. 3 of the school board members accuse the rest of the board of breaking state law by privately plotting to force out the superintendent. Corey Wise has been with the district longer than 25 years. He was named superintendent last April. Well, during a public meeting tonight, it was alleged new board members gave him an ultimatum: resign or be fired. Our Alan Janae in Douglas County tonight. Alan, serious allegations against those board members.
Well, Jim, Douglas County's divided school board that runs schools like this one is even more divided tonight over a question of whether or not they've been following the law. 3 board members held what they called a noticed meeting to bring out the allegations, but 4 other board members didn't even attend. The controversy is all about the future of Superintendent Corey Wise. School board members David Ray, Susan Meek, and Elizabeth Hanson called it a discussion about what they say other board members had done.
Board members have taken action they're not authorized to take.
The allegation that board president Mike Peterson and vice president Christy Williams took action without board approval on Wise's job.
President Peterson informed me that he had met along with Christy Williams that morning with Superintendent Wise and had given him the option to resign or let him know that the board would be moving forward with termination.
If the pair had planned action on who would lead the district with 2 other board members, it has the potential to violate Colorado's open meetings laws, which concerns board member David Ray.
I would say my other concern is just making sure that we govern with integrity and transparency.
The claim follows a big change in the composition of Douglas County School Board in the last election, which may lead some on the other side to question whether it's sour grapes. Is it?
No, I mean, and I say that emphatically because 3 of us weren't running for election.
Superintendent Corey Wise has dealt with heated discussions with parents who have been concerned about masking in schools. Only one of the 4 board members who did not attend tonight's meetings returned my efforts for comment. Becky Myers replied in an email saying she would be at a church meeting tonight and would not attend. Colorado's open meetings law requires a lot of things, among them that there be notice of a meeting and it be held publicly or an executive session on the record whenever there are more than 3 board members involved in discussing public business. And that applies even if it is by phone or email. In Douglas County, I'm Alan Janae, covering Colorado First.